All right, what's up, family? Let's do a topic that we hear all too often, and this one's gonna be about relationships. I'm gonna do quite a few. I actually got some really good tips in one of these great books that I read. But anyway, I'm gonna title this one "Looking for Mr. Right." Y'all heard that before, right? Looking for Mr. Right. It's amazing how so many women they have this way of thinking of what Mr. Right should be in their minds, actually in their egotistical mind. And as always, let's go with that word, egotistical. What does egotistical mean? It means excessively conceited, self-centered. Like this, you letting all that get in your way. Egotism, self-centered, real conceited like. But anyway, watch this. Look at how a woman, what she's calling Mr. Right. What is Mr. Right to her? To a woman out here nowadays with the nonsense that some of these women are saying, it just don't make any sense. Watch this. Tell me if I'm wrong. Watch this. This will be some of these women egotistical ways of looking for Mr. Right. They'll say, "What you looking for in a man?" Okay, this is what I'm looking in a man. He gotta be 6 feet tall. He gotta be definitely in shape, and I need to see his six pack. He gotta be in shape. He gotta be handsome. He gotta be really handsome. He gotta be gorgeous. Okay. He gotta make six figures, meaning 100,000 and up. For a lot of y'all know 100,000 and up, 100,000 all the way to 999,000. That's six figures, right? He gotta make over six figures a year. He gotta have his own house. He gotta own his own house. He gotta have a fine car. He gotta own his own car too. Oh yeah, and did I say? And he can't have kids. He can't have kids. Now you hear the criteria? Look at the criteria. What she calling Mr. Right? Super handsome, totally in shape, 6 feet tall, own his own house, own his own car, make six figures, and no kids. You go, you looking for a superhero? This is ridiculous. Cause now, like this video right here I did a while ago where I said women in makeup. If we had to really balance it out, this is what he has, now compared to what you have, it'd be, it'd be very off balance. Because it's amazing how many times we have heard men get with a woman that ain't got nothing quite often, and we help build them up. But how often have you heard of a woman who has status and she get with a man that has nothing and help build him up? You rarely hear that. You can never say never, because this happened a few times, but that's not a common thing. But the other way around, very common. So think about what I'm saying. Look at her ridiculous criteria. Because if you matched it up, you go, okay, let's go with your criteria. What did you say? You said he has to be 6 feet tall? Okay, you got that. How tall are you? Oh, well, I'm 5'2". Okay, all right. Okay. Okay, you also said he has to be totally in shape, and you got to see his six pack and all that, right? Okay, you got that. Okay, are you totally in shape? Well, look, we're not talking about me. We ain't talking about me. See, okay. You say he got to be incredibly handsome. Okay, you got that too. How about you? Without the makeup. Without the makeup. See, that's the crucial thing. Because this is really how he looks. You just take off your weave, take off the eyelashes, take off the foundation, take off the girdle, take off the 4 or 5 inch heels, take off all that stuff. This is what you really look like, okay? See, you see how it's clear, big, unbalanced? But you expect a man to be a superhero, even when we go with the finances. You said he got to make six figures or more, right? Okay, you got that. If you find that, right? Now that you got that, how much money you make? Oh, I work at Walmart, but it ain't about me. See, here we go with the nonsense again. You want a guy with these high expectations, but you don't meet those expectations. Okay, you said he got to own his own house. Okay, you got that. Do you own your own house? Well, right now I'm living with my mother right now. I'm trying to work things out. You said he has to have the most updated car, luxury car. You got that. What about you? It ain't about me. Here you go again. You keep bringing up. See, this is the nonsense. You said he can't have no kids, right? Do you got any kids? Well, I got 2 kids from a pre-relationship. It didn't work out. But see, you expecting the criteria of this man to be perfect. With your egotistical views, You're not even looking in the mirror. Because you know how a lot of women love to say, only women, you don't hear men talk like this. Oh, he ain't my type. Oh, he ain't my type. He ain't my type. Let me tell you something. Like that video I did a while ago right here called Women in Makeup. For women to be saying, and it's not no insult, I'm just trying to stay out the obvious. Maybe to help someone. When women go around saying nonsense like, he is not my type, look in the mirror. Because truth be told, you're not your own type. It's a reason you put on a costume every day. With the weave, the eyelashes, the foundation, the lip stuff, the girdle, the heels. All this stuff is a costume. But you wearing a costume, but then you going around putting other men down talking about they not your type. You're not your own type if you gotta wear a costume every day. That is ridiculous. But hey, I could go on and on about this. But one thing I want to make clear, I ain't trying to insult. It may seem that way, but I'm not. It's amazing how women in this day and age now, I think they looking at too much internet nonsense and these stupid shows and Sexy Red and all these. I hate to even mention that dummy name. Mentioning all kind of nonsense, inappropriate behavior. Therefore, they think it's normal. All the inappropriate behavior that they are glorifying, inappropriate behavior, therefore now they think it's normalization to say you want something that's unrealistic. You're being unrealistic in a very realistic world. How can you ask a man to be super perfect from his looks, his physical appearance, his finances, everything about him got to be super perfect, but you're nowhere near that? You got something you want to say, babe?
I think you said it all.
Yeah. Yeah, because, you know, I wonder a woman's point of view is where I know it's going to probably be women come up here talking, how dare you, blah, blah, blah. Look, I'm not trying to crap on no woman. It's just that I've heard that saying all too often, and it's an ugly statement. He ain't my type. Have you got to know the guy? Do you know anything about the guy except for what you see on the ground surface? Do you know anything about the guy? Because if you don't, how dare you say he's not your type? I'm going to tell you another thing that I've seen happen like that. A woman to shoot a guy down, say he's not his type, and then what do you know? A month later, you going through a job interview, and guess who the guy who owns the company? Guess who's the supervisor at that job? Guess who the guy that you got to see to get hired? You're going to feel real foolish when you crapping on somebody, and that might be the same person that got to pull over and help you fix a flat tire.
I mean, since you asked me, I can only say is that we're living in a real world, in a realistic world. We're not living in a fairy tale world. So obviously, for any man or females to think that you have to look for someone that's perfect, it is not going to happen.
Yeah.
You're not, even yourself, you're not perfect. So how do you expect perfection on somebody else when you're not perfect?
That's a good way to put it. We live in a realistic world, but a lot of women got unrealistic values living in a realistic world. It's nonsense.
So we really got to stop that, because our great-great-grandmothers and even our mothers, parents, even our fathers will actually say we're living in a world where it's very unrealistic. You're not going to find perfection.
Mm-hmm.
So open up your eyes and accept the fact that that's just what it is.
I like what I heard this lady say the other day. She said, now that I got older and I got a little bit more mature and experience under my belt, I no longer try to date guys that other women find attractive. She said, no, now with my maturity, I want to date a guy that I see other men respect. I said, I like that. It's always good to get a different perspective about something. That was cool. I said, yeah, you want to date other guys. You want to date the type of guy that you see other guys, they respect this guy. That's a good one. I mean, there's other different ways. Y'all got different views or different opinions, different ways that you think is helpful. Put it in the comments. But that was one that I just most recently came across. I said, that was cool. Another one I would add to that, listen to grandma. Especially you women. So y'all act like, oh, grandma be tripping. She be always trying to offend somebody. No. Grandma got a lot of experience. And y'all think grandma tripping when she's giving you advice. See,
And
even mom
grandfather.
got good advice, but grandma got even better advice because she got a lot more life experiences. I'm sorry, Gary.
And grandfathers.
Grandfathers as well.
Let's
They
not
got a
leave
lot
them out.
more experience, life learned experiences. See, mom and dad got great advice, but granddad and grandma got greater advice because they got greater life learned experiences. So don't think that grandma is tripping and dad is tripping because, oh, you know what? They just no longer have a filter. That's what it really is. Granddad and grandma, especially grandma, she no longer have a filter. She ain't worrying about what she's saying. So it just comes out bluntly. And to you, you're saying it's offensive. No, but she just being straight honest. That's the best advice you can get, actually. Peace.